Hello and welcome to the Gulf Coast Real Estate Insider Podcast. Boy, that's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is.
So, we kind of had a change. Last week, we came to you as the Future of Real Estate podcast. And that makes sense because we had the Future of Real Estate show for years and years, decades. However, we decided to change things up a little bit because that's the past. That was the radio show. This is the podcast. And this format's going to be a little bit different. And we wanted to be more descriptive, of our area, kind of what we're talking about, that sort of thing. So, what's different? We said we weren't going to talk about properties on a weekly basis, and that is true. However, we are going to talk today about a marketing concept and a property that's a little bit different than usual. So, don't get used to that, but that we are going to talk about something like that today. You know, the other thing I think we ought to talk about, though, is yesterday was kind of a fun day around here.
Oh, it was.
So, we've got 2 tickets to Adam Sandler. He's coming to Estero, Fort Myers, Florida, September 8th. And we got 2 tickets, and here's what you got to do to win. Now, we had 1 call-in day, and we've got 1 call-in day left. Next Tuesday, between 9 and 5 Eastern Time, you call our office, 239-489-4042, and all you got to do is register to win. And there's some bonus ways you can get extra entries. You give us a 5-star review on Google, if you referred someone or referring someone now, or if you've bought or sold a home from us, you could get an extra point. But if you haven't, that's okay. You can still register to win. This is open to everybody.
Right.
We're going to have that drawing like a week. Well, we're going to have the drawing Thursday, August 28th. So, that'll be interesting. We'll probably go Facebook Live on that. So subscribe to facebook.com/Ellis team for that.
But even if you don't, and if you're not here, you can still win.
We'll call you. You don't have to be here. You just got to call in to register. Next Tuesday's your date. Now, let's talk about the marketing weekend because I'm not even sure of all the details of that. So what's going on and what's different?
Well, we have a property for sale. And the heirs, it's an estate on this property, say, we want this property sold now. The property is going to be open on Saturday and Sunday for viewing.
What days are those?
This Saturday and this
What's
Sunday.
The date? Have to know the date. This is a podcast now, Sandy.
Okay.
This is different for us. We haven't done the podcast.
For now, this Saturday, this Sunday, 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And on Monday...
I think it's the 23rd and 24th, something like that.
Okay.
Okay.
On Monday at 2 o'clock, all offers must be in, and they will be presented to the sellers. So let me tell you a little bit about the house. It's a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath. It has a pool. It has a dock. It has 2657 square feet of living area. It's big.
So you're saying it's waterfront?
It's waterfront. And it's got a 3-car garage, a circular driveway. It's got everything you want.
You mean access to the Gulf?
Access to the Gulf. It does have 1 bridge.
Okay.
Okay, so it's an incredible property listed at $700,000. But for the weekend, we're taking offers. We want your highest, your best, whatever you want to offer us. Bring it in. It's due by 2 o'clock on Monday. Great opportunity, great property. Absolutely take a look. 1507 Southeast 21st Street in Cape Coral.
Nice.
Something to see.
Now, the whole reason I brought up about the dates on the thing is because this is a podcast, and some people may be watching this after this event.
Oh,
so
good point.
we're going to miss, you might miss this, but we always have good properties. We're not going to talk about all of them here on the podcast. We might occasionally mix one in or talk about a concept that's different. So, hey, one of the things I want to talk about, though, because I always like to talk about local things and then kind of what we're seeing in the industry. Now, locally and in the industry, at least here in Southwest Florida, inventory levels are way down. We're down around 7,300 single-family homes on the market in the county. We were up around 10,000 several months ago. So what's happening? Are the pendings of the sales picking up? No, that's not what's happening. What we think is happening is these things are expiring, coming off the market, and the sellers are saying, whoa, we don't like where prices have gone. We're going to take our properties off the market. Now, my suspicion is, come about October, they're going to say, now's the time to put them back on the market. Interest rates are starting to come down. We're going to pounce on this market. But guess what?
They'll be a
all
glut at that point in time.
all the other sellers might have the same thought. They may
That's right.
say, let's put our homes on the market. Have you accomplished anything? No. So now that inventory is dipped around 7,300, now might be the time to get your home on the market, beat those other guys to the market. So when these interest rates do start dropping, that you're first in line with these buyers, because when the other ones decide to list in October, you got to get photography going, your social media, well, we do a lot of marketing. I don't know if every agent does, but we do. So whatever your agent is doing, you've got a lot that has to go into it.
Well, and it's important to know that we're still selling houses now.
Oh yeah.
We sold a lot of houses this summer. So
When I say that it's not all from closings, I hear other agents say nothing is selling. Well, you know what? Statistically, that is not true.
that's true. That's not true.
We've got, and I pull up numbers every Tuesday, but there's like 700 some pendings and like 800 or 900 pending contingents. So there's a lot of pendings in the pipeline. They haven't closed yet. Now, will some fall out? Of course. So why do properties fall out? Inspections, buyers just get cold feet,
Buyer remorse, yeah.
something happens, and they've usually got a period of time in the contract where they can back out for any reason.
Right.
So, and I saw a national article that talked about fallout is reaching an all-time high. So what that's telling me is, I think you're going to start seeing backup nationwide. See, Southwest Florida led the country. We started going down first, and inventory rose crazy a couple years ago. Now, why was that? I think it was rising insurance costs, some hurricane stuff, and now the rest of the country is following. We may be the first to lead the country out of it because we've already adjusted so much where the rest of the country hasn't.
I agree with that.
So, interesting times. If you're a seller, I would think you might want to think about, and we could talk strategy. That's the beauty. We could sit down, show you the numbers, show you the graphs, and you don't have to do what we think. But it's good to have our numbers and just talk strategy and say, do we think it's best now? Do you think it's go time in November? Should we wait till January? These are the kind of conversations we like to have. And even if we know your go time is like January, we can have everything all set and ready. So you don't have Christmas photos. You don't have all this kind of stuff in your photos. Now maybe you've got a few repairs to do. Maybe you've got some staging you want to do. We can help with that too.
Well, yeah, and sometimes by us going through, we'll tell you things to do and not do. You know, I've seen people who are going to spend $10,000 and they needed to spend a couple $100. You know.
Yeah.
There's sometimes
You don't want to get carried away.
Simple things.
Or
yeah.
right before. Here's another good point. Right before people put something on the market, they put all these improvements in that they think is going to pay them back, and they choose the wrong things. They choose things that aren't going to pay them back. They just wasted money.
Or the things that they really wanted, you know.
But that's the funny thing, and I've done it myself.
Yeah.
It's like, if you really want something to, you may not get money out of it, but you get your personal enjoyment. But do it while you live in the home.
Right.
If it's for your personal enjoyment, don't do it because you think it's a good investment. Like, we should probably do a show someday on all the things people do that they think they're going to get money back out of, and they're going to get pennies on the dollar back out of. It's not. So if you want to enjoy it, great, but don't do it for for an instance, solar electricity. That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Because
Expensive,
appraisers,
yeah.
it's expensive. Appraisers don't want to give much. They can't track any value. So if you can't track it, they can't go on the appraisal.
And buyers like it, but they don't want to pay for it.
What about the damage some of these solar panels do, or these insurance companies that say we don't want to insure a home that's got a solar panel on it? Because we're seeing some of that. So there's pros and cons to solar. Do it because you're going to live in the house for a while and you're going to get the benefit of it, but don't do it for the resale because the payback period might be 30, 35 years. I just heard a story the other day where people put $120,000 solar into the house. Are they going to get $120,000 value for the house? No, they might not get any.
And how many years would it take to save the energy cost? But the people who have it, there's some incredible, some of them saving $200, $300 a month on energy costs. That's nice.
Well, just figure.
I have solar for my pool. I'm still one of those. I have them on the roof.
Well, that's fine. But you don't expect value for it if you go to sell. You're not going to get $100,000 value for having solar on your pool.
Absolutely not.
First of all, it didn't cost that much to put in.
That's
Second
right.
of all, it's a nice thing to help heat your pool.
Yes.
But so that's the difference. I think some of these people that want to sell back electricity to the electricity company or have free electricity or almost free, they think it's if they put 60, 80, 90, 100,000 in, they're going to get 100 back, and that's just not true.
Well, but some of them are doing it and they are able to accomplish those goals, but they're still not going to get.
But let's say you save $200 a month, $300 a month.
250, 300. I've seen that.
Okay, let's say $300 a month times 12. It's $3,600 a year.
Right.
10 years. That's $36,000.
Right.
If you spent $60,000, you almost have to have it 18 years to pay for itself if you're not going to get much value on the back end. Now, will appraisers start giving value on the back end if they can prove, if they can document that solar adds value, and if buyers have a mindset change and start paying for it extra over and above, and lenders start lending on it, then I could see that day coming. But so far that day hasn't come, and so far that's not true.
Well, yes, but it's think of the day when nobody saw the value in hurricane shutters or hurricane windows. But today,
yeah, because hurricane
value,
windows are
right?
expensive, but now people do see the value in that. So you're right. And just so you know, this is not us saying solar adds no value. This is what appraisers and the market is saying. So we just report how the market works. It's not like Sandy Ellis or Brett Ellis says, don't get solar because you're not going to get paid back. That's a personal thing. I'm just saying don't expect to get paid back because you may not get your money back because right now the market doesn't bear it. If the market bears it, we'll talk differently.
And if you want to talk about it, when we come out, we take a look at your property, we're happy to discuss any of these things. And there's usually no right, no wrong.
And we'll talk about how we market these solar things, even if you may not get extra value, how to give extra value to the buyer so that they pick your home over another home. That's a wise decision as well.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Well, anything else that we think we ought to talk about today, or should we leave it to next time?
Well, let's leave it till next time, but I'd love to see people this weekend at the house in Cape Coral. Tremendous opportunity, maybe as an investor, as your own home. The potential is there. Come take it out a look.
If they watch this podcast at time.
Absolutely.
All right. And if you're watch this podcast at time, call in next week. That would be August 26th is our call-in date for the Adam Sandler tickets. If you're going to be in town September 8th in Southwest Florida to watch Adam Sandler, I hear he's a pretty funny guy. If you're in town, you might want to watch him. So
And
I'm not even going.
Yeah, but if you're not in town, you can give the tickets away. What a neat gift.
Yeah. Yep. So that'd be fun. Yeah. All right. Sounds good. Thanks for tuning in. You've been watching the Gulf Coast Real Estate Insider Podcast. Got to used to saying that. Thanks for tuning in.
The Ellis team at Keller Williams is a family affair. Always call the Ellis team, they'll handle you with care.